welcome back to my channel. This is the channel where we create life-changing art. Let's get into today's topic for today, webcomics and my little late night rant that we're going to be going on. So just as a late night rant, whenever I think or talk about art with other people, I think of it as a natural thing. And sometimes other people, they wanna feel that they are open to creating their own story that can be really maybe aesthetic, or it can actually have a moment in time where you can change someone's life. Tonight, I'm about to share some of my top picks of my favorite webtoons for y'all and share some unpopular opinions. Let's get into it. So for my first one, I will not be showing them in the exact order, but I will mention how and when I found these. For my first one, it is Space Boy by Stephen McCraney. I remember reading this throughout high school and just thinking and just imagining like being in the story, because the story is that good on its own. When you have a story, it doesn't really matter how your art is, you just love it. You fall in love with the art style eventually. But there is something on top of that with this particular artist's art style. Stephen McCraney also has some videos about how it took him 10 years to finish a comic, and I was just so blown away by the fact that he really took the time to draw that extra line, because if you actually go back to a lot of his original work, it's very lined out, and the fact that it's so efficiently simplified in the comic to a point where he's able to add these crazy effects to just push his comic just makes you melt, because the colors and the color story entirely, it starts off really, it's amazing how he just can see the world. I just absolutely love the story. I'm not gonna hype it up too much, but it is definitely a story for the ages, and I believe it includes everybody. And I do respect him as an artist, so I would give this a solid 10 out of 10 on the project. Like, yeah, no cap. Let's move on. So for my next pick, this specific one is actually the one that got me into webtoons, got me making these videos. The idea behind the idea, Satan in Me by Orange Plum. Just really quickly, I can read the description to you guys, and this is actually available on Tapas, I believe also on Webtoon. But the description on Tapas is: a screw-up in a feminine hygiene factory leads to a girl accidentally summoning Satan on her period. And there are about 325 episodes to this date, so please just give a round of applause to the artist that got me into this. But yeah, that must have taken years to get to that point. That's absolutely insane that we're now at episode 325. Long Exposure and Ride or Die by Mars on Tapas. I am not sure if this is on Webtoon, but this is definitely on Tapas. This particular artist is actually a car enthusiast, and me and my best friend / brother love talking about this webtoon, and when the last time we kept up or read about Long Exposure, or if we finished, I don't even know if I finished it or not. I think so. I'm gonna reread it again because I love rereading my favorite pieces. I will literally watch my favorite shows on repeat every single day, so it's really worth it. Thank you so much to Mars for creating this art. And I remember that Mars released in their version, I don't know if Mars's pronouns are he or they. Please check me on that. But I really respect Mars as as an artist, just in general. Thank you so much. I also wanted to note that certain pieces, especially examples like Mars, going into this, just being honest, there are a lot of, or certain comics actually have content warnings on them, and they have them on there for a certain reason. If certain comics have, sexual content warnings on them, or explicit warnings, or smoking warnings, things like that, for example, please be aware that by the time that you say okay and you keep scrolling, you understand what is going to appear. And I know that a lot of comics, we expect a lot of art kind of only being for, comics can be, the age group can be for anyone, but when we go into animation, a lot of the stereotypes is, kids, it's only for kids, animation is only for kids, right? That's the stereotype. But comics is actually a great segue into animation, and depending on what you can take with certain comics, what sense of style or what your taste might be for a particular comic, just be aware that every artist is so different, and sites like Tapas and Webtoon have cut out the middleman and brought the platform, the bookstore, to the artist, the publisher to the artist, so the artist can make money off of this. And I know recently things have been pretty, there's always going to be drama. There's always going to be drama in the webcomic community, in the manga community, in the artist community, because by the time that these, blockbuster movies and animations come out, a lot of people are asking questions like, why did this come out? Why are we making things like this? And those questions are fair, because you should always question art and why you enjoy it. I know certain pieces might not always be, the cherry on top for everyone, but these are specifically from my experience, and I just wanted to show that with you guys today. I have some top picks for a lightning round and to show y'all what else I'm really into, but yeah, I'm really excited to just give y'all a little quickie. To start off our lightning round pick, we have Superpose by Superpose. This comic is featured on Tapas. It is a queer trans sci-fi comic, very interesting. The level of the story would be on 10 out of 10, as well as the art style, very original. Please go check out. Fox and Willow by Sad Sausage Dogs. This comic is also available on Tapas. This genre is fantasy, and it's very traditional-like. That's all I have to say. Deep Dark Fears by Fran Cross, also available on Tapas. This genre is slice of life, really good at lowering your anxiety, and saved my life at one point. Momo and Popo by Momo and Popo on Tapas, and a comedy, lighthearted, very amazing. Issy on Tapas, Art Gallery, and Thicker Than Blood. Thicker Than Blood is the actual comic that Issy created and has a YouTube channel, I believe. Very good art, one of my favorite artists. This last one is available on Webtoon and is called Demon House. It is a slice of life, and I highly recommend this one as well. Alright, y'all, congratulations for surviving a little bit of... All I wanted to say and make the point of is that we get excited and we want to make comics and find out a lot of people who are fans of us, who love our art, want to cosplay as our character and talk about their favorite things. All I want to mention is that it's all up to you who you want in your fan base, and when creating comics, please be aware that you have an audience, and we have come to a point where we're like, oh my gosh, we can make a living from this. But there's a catch. There's a catch, right? You have to touch reality. I'm like breaking at the thought of that. I'm like, because people have not told us that a lot of the times when we start out, you're just making pocket change. You're making pocket change and people are judging you. And people are very mean to artists. People treat artists very rudely. Like, they will cheat, gamble, okay? Like, and if you're not properly set up or equipped with the mentality to live this lifestyle, I really recommend you not going into comics, only because the industry is not as it seems, and I just want everybody to have their head on straight if you really want to get into this. So thank you for watching, and support me on Patreon if you don't want to at least subscribe and like. Thanks for watching. Peace.